Hello everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Cruel Control, courtesy of Blake Rasmussen at Wizards. My editor sent this deck to me. He is the master of Mulldrifter decks, and while there are no Mulldrifters in this deck, it's still a Mulldrifter deck. Plays Cruel Ultimatum. So this is an iffy hand here, right? I obviously bottomed, I bottomed a land, which we don't have black mana for these. We have the Coalition Relic, so depending on what our opponent is playing, it might work out fine. Because these are good cards and it's a good opening hand. Black-Red Madness. Okay, well, I would certainly like to draw mana to destroy this. Alright, which we have done. Not in the, most enjoyable way possible. We have to deal ourselves damage here, but we can at least go ahead and Fatal Push this thing out of the game. This thing is dangerous, by the way. Maybe I should... My opponent basically would do whatever they're going to do anyway, so we may as well just main phase it. Black-Red Madness is a pretty good deck. Yeah, well, they've got another one, huh? Let's see what we draw here. Thoughtseize is pretty good. Basically, we have to decide how hard is our opponent going to go off. I don't think they're going to go off that hard, given their current hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And I will just go ahead and Thoughtseize with the mana from Coalition Relic. Oh, man, that's scary. Okay, well, we're going to get rid of the Cathartic Reunion, of course. Oh, pumped it. Got to be careful. We pumped that Jackal. Yeah, it's a Jackal Warrior. All right, so our opponent's hand here is good cards. A couple Gurmag Anglers, a couple Hollow ones. Would have really popped up if they drew land, which they did for the Cathartic Reunion, but as it stands, the hand is not great. These are very slow. Now, our hand isn't very good either, but we're going to have some time to try to get out of it. I'd like to draw a Cruel Ultimatum. We'll take an Inquisition, I suppose. Or do we even want it? It doesn't do much, does it? Is it even worth it? Our opponent, it's just a Lightning Bolt, which they're just going to do anyways. Yeah, it's probably just not even worth it right now. They're going to play whatever they draw, so we may as well see whatever they draw, and if whatever they draws some other cards that are going to sit in their hand, then we might have a chance to Inquisition for a little more value. If they Cathartic Reunion, then we can take the next Cathartic Reunion or Faithless Looting with the Inquisition. Like this. Yeah, this game's not going to be easy. This Black-Red Madness deck has a lot of recursion. It is basically designed to beat control decks like ours. This is probably an Angler coming down here. Yeah, there's 6 cards in there, so Angler is going to hit the field. Oh my gosh, and they get some... He discarded... Oh, you went with this instead. Okay. Oh gosh, this is there as well. Yeah, none of this is good for us. Not able to return this. So they need... This needs Ferocious, right? You have to have 4 or greater? Okay, well, we have to take this hit, but we can at least get rid of the Hollow one. The problem for us is our opponent's going... There's a lot of problems for us right now. We'll get rid of this, and we'll add a counter here, but our opponent can just play a Gurmag Angler and then get that back. Okay, well, there's a Cruel Ultimatum. That's actually pretty important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't do it this turn. However, we get the Lightning Bolt. Our opponent's gonna... They're gonna have a big turn, but if we... I think we get hit for 3 here. If we draw a land, we can Cruel Ultimatum and hopefully get back into the game. All right, so they have Angler, Hollow one, and I think an Unknown, so whatever. Yeah, this is going to come down to whether or not our deck wants to reward us with a land off the top. So we get a land off the top and we get to play Cruel Ultimatum. That'll put us back in the game. We could still die after that, but I mean, probably not. It almost depends how bad this turn is for us. And this turn's not going to be good for us, so we take 3. We go to 8. We make them sacrifice this, and they have 7 coming at us. Or no, we'll be a little higher than that. So, yeah. But basically, we have to hit it here. Well, all right. Let's see what we can do. Come on, deck. Work with me. Had to mulligan too this game. If we hadn't, we'd have another card right now. All right, any land, please. Any land. You can do it, deck. I have faith. I have faith. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Well, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I don't know where that falls on the heart of the cards scale, because it is not the land we needed. However, it is enough to mess up our opponent's entire turn and draw a card. So give us an additional shot at it. And I think we have to go for that. We'll see here. If our opponent just, say, plays Hollow One, they're going to flashback Faithless Looting and play Hollow One. I almost have to counter the Hollow One, I think. Otherwise, they'll just kill us through the Cruel Ultimatum. I guess it's kind of on them. If they move to combat before playing the Hollow One, then not, but... So our opponent has discarded 2 cards. Hollow One says it costs 2 less to cast for each card you've cycled or discarded this turn. So I'm sorry, I'm thinking here. If I let this Faithless Looting resolve, they get to play it for free. And even if we tap the team down to take no damage, and then we go up to 13 and they lose this, they have 11 on their turn. After we've resolved Cruel Ultimatum. But depending on what we do to our life total, that kills us anyways. And we're probably going to have to do ourselves 2 damage. I think I actually have to counter this and tap the team so that our opponent can't. We're probably not going to be able to not die if our opponent... We have to prevent them from casting Hollow One, take no damage, and then draw so there's less power on the field. So, we'll see. All right, so we're back to Heart of the Cards in here. Kind of works, I guess. Not really. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, I think the plan here is going to be... Yeah, the good news is our opponent, they get to flashback their Faithless Looting, because we're actually going to have an option here. Not good options, right, but... We can Snapcast... Oh, we actually don't have enough mana to Snapcast Cryptic, so we could have Snapcasted Cryptic in our main phase, but what would that do? We can Snapcast or Terminate, though. Yeah, this is not going to be great, but let's see what we can do here. Just need the deck to deliver to us if we can cast this Cruel Ultimatum. We've had 2 draw steps now. We're hitting a land. I'm not going to say lock up the game, but be very good for us. And there's a Bloodghast involved. Yeah, this thing's going to get out of control pretty quickly. This is our last turn, I would say. I think we have to go for the chump block here. Lightning bolt this, or terminate this thing. That means we go down to 6 and still have an opportunity to draw out of it. Because this stupid thing has menace, so we can't actually ignore it, unfortunately. Or block it. You know, obviously we would love to trade and terminate this instead, but that's just not going to be an option. Now, we've played to our outs. That is very much true. And see if the deck wants to give them to us. We're down to 6, so Not a lot of options here. As a matter of fact, we might just be dead even with the Cruel Ultimatum. Yeah, and in fact, we probably are. Or I guess technically we'd have... No? Well, no, we are. They just sacrifice the Flame Wreath and kill us. Yeah, we'll probably hit it then. Yeah, obviously. It's too bad. Because our opponent will sacrifice this. We'll go up to 11. They'll have 9 and be able to bring this back with Ferocious for exactly 11. Oh, man. Feels bad, man. I may as well not show it to him, right? I don't think there's any way. We played our land for the turn. It was even a good land for the turn to basic. It's just one turn too late. Oh, all right. I guess we make... Maybe our opponent will misclick through it. It's probably not that much danger in actually showing this to them, so... We were so very close. But hey, we cast Cruel Ultimatum. That is what we wanted to do. We're going to lose the game even after doing it, but we can rest assured in the fact that if we weren't exactly dead this game, we would never be able to lose. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's see if our opponent misclicks. Obviously, we would chain Cruel into Cruel, and there's no way we could possibly lose if we didn't lose immediately. Oh, they just drew a Bloodghast. It actually does not have haste. All right, our opponent did not mess up. Conveniently has exactly lethal here. That is rather unlucky. However, let's play some more games. All right, so Rakdos Charm, probably decent. Anger of the Gods, very good. Things that are not great. Mana Leak's not bad. All this is probably fine. The Thoughtseizes are meh. We got to cut something, right? We probably don't want all of this. These are, this just hits the graveyard, whereas Anger of the Gods is probably the answer we actually want. I might get rid of a Mana Leak here. I mean, it seems fine. Our deck seems pretty reasonably set up against theirs. The Fatal Pushes and the Lightning Bolts don't do quite as much work as you would want, given that Hollow One and Gurmag Angler aren't getting Fatal Pushed or Lightning Bolted. So that's a thing. Damnation's probably better than say, this Fatal Push. All right. Batter Skull I'm on the fence about, but I don't think I want it. I don't think we need to grind anything out with Ancestral Vision. I'm unsure on the Thoughtseizes, but all right, let's see if we can turn things around this game. I'm going to keep this one, that's for sure. I think I'm actually going to just pass the turn here. I don't want to do a bunch of extra damage to myself, and it's possible that whatever they do, we can just, play into an Anger of the Gods plan anyways. All right, Faithless Loot away. I guess if our opponent just completely pops off, we'll get punished for that, but that would be a pretty good hand for them. If they just spam out, a couple Hollow Ones on us here, that would be pretty rough. They're in the tank about it, though, which means it's probably not going to be quite that good. All right, in fact, it wasn't very good at all. Okay, so we will go get the Watery Grave here. Maybe I should have got a Steam Vents, I'm not sure. We will go ahead and Inquisition this turn. This is the turn where you get the Cathartic Reunion, and that's the one that matters. I don't really want to get Duressed either. On the other hand, our opponent's hand is just okay. Other than that, those cards are not easy to kill, but the Cathartic Reunion is worse than the Duress, I think, because what are they going to do? Duress and Anger of the Gods? It actually doesn't deal with much of what's in their hand. Yeah, they have a good hand against us, oh, that's for sure. Also, this Bloodghast is going to come back. And maybe we set up an Anger plus Lightning Bolt hand, and we can get rid of a Hollow One and a Gurmag Angler. All right, the Duress is coming in here. I assume our opponent takes the anger. It's the one that deals with the Bloodghast. I'll probably just go get a Cements at the end of the turn. I don't think I'm in a rush to opt. Our opponent will only have 5 cards in their graveyard, so they can't play Gurmag Angler this turn. So our opponent's going a little slowly as well. Though we are going to get, this Bloodghast is going to be a problem. Yeah, took the anger as expected here. In this case, we could just opt. Could just get a basic island and opt. All right, so I don't think this works the way our opponent wants it to. Because you brought back the Bloodghast with the land, so you don't actually have the mana to Gurmag Angler. You can Faithless Loot, though. All right, so they have Hollow 1 Gurmag Angler, and we'll see what else here. This is not good for us. This deck has just so much recursion, so many recursive threats, so many things that are hard to interact with via traditional removal. We really need something like Anger, and unfortunately, do not have it anymore. Well, looks like there's going to be a Hollow 1 this turn as well. That's all pretty bad for us. It's turn 2. 7 power in play despite us interacting. That's not good. Not good for us anyways. We need to find Damnation. I think we actually want the Blood Crypt here. Don't know if we have time to search or not. Let me give it a shot. We're just trying to dig to Damnation. This is 6, so going to 14, it probably doesn't hurt us that much. Because it's going to be a 3-turn clock no matter what. Yeah, so we don't know about, all we know is a Gurmag Angler in our opponent's hand. We're basically digging towards Damnation. And we're going to have some shots at it. The problem is we need land and Damnation, so hope for a good opt. That's the plan. After that, we can try to buy time with Lightning Bolt or so on. All right, well, down to 10. Yeah, basically we need Damnation now. Damnation now would be great. Our opponent has 1 card. We don't know what it is. Let's hope for a really good opt. Lightning Bolt, not good enough. I don't think. Yeah, we could double bolt the Gurmag Angler. Fatal Push the Bloodghast, go to 6. The problem with that is the Bloodghast is just going to come back. And we're still out the land. I think I have to push it. Another opt, okay. I could flip this Search for Azcanta. May as well give it a shot. Actually, don't think I want. I don't even think we can mess around with Serum Visions because we're not quite dead, but maybe I can mess around with Serum Visions, given that we basically have to have a Damnation to get out of it. Because I could Fatal Push and or Bolt the Bloodghast while still casting Serum Visions this turn. Sure. Put Cruel Ultimatum in the graveyard and flip Search for Azcanta, okay. And a Cryptic Command. Okay, well, we're trying to find a way back into this here. Anger the God's not so bad. So we're committing to taking 9 and probably dying anyways, but that's sort of the position we're in here. I think next turn I can Anger, and I think I just gotta get rid of this. Yeah, I think we're dead here, but we're not dead. So I don't think we're going to win the game, but we're not just dead. I can get rid of this. I can take a bunch. I'll fatal push it. Oh, that's pretty bad for us. I guess I have to let this resolve. Otherwise, if I fatal push it now before combat, my opponent just plays a land and kills us. I assume the cryptic command is going away here. We have at the very least, seen a lot of cards, and we are trying to dig for that damnation. So the problem at this point, of course, is if we find it, we're still likely to die to a hasted Bloodghast. The cryptic command gone as expected. I have no option, unfortunately, but to fatal push this thing. These threats are just so big, it's not fair. Our opponent's probably just bolting us out. We need our opponent to not have land, but also have something that does nothing, and we need to hit damnation off the top here. Terminate is just not quite there. This is so rough, actually. Well, we don't have triple red, I guess, anyways. But all right, well, good games. Black-Red Madness is a hard deck to beat. Both those games were very close. So in game one, we had multiple live draws to get there and just couldn't get it done. Close. Thank you for watching, everybody.